Welcome to The Buzz, where we bring you leaders in dental education discussing hot topic courses and industry trends. I'm your host, Vanessa Emerson, founder of Dental Speakers Bureau. And today I'm interviewing Cindy Ishimoto. Cindy's presentations focus on helping practices establish systems that balance serving patients, profitability, and enjoyment of the profession. And in addition, she also brings a unique perspective because she is also a dental spouse. Thanks for being here, Cindy.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
I am too. I'm excited to have you here, and I'm really excited to talk about this course because I think it's very different and very important. And the course title is Spouses in the Practice, To Be or Not to Be.
Yep.
So, you have, I'm sure, a unique perspective, being both a speaker and consultant really for over 30 years in dentistry and also a dental spouse, and I think working in your husband's practice for some years.
Yes.
So I think it sounds to me like you have a pretty hands-on, up-close realization of what some challenges are there. So could you share with us, what are the challenges that this course resolves?
The most common thread for dental spouses is walking the fine line of being an office manager boss position and being a part of a team. And walking that line causes emotional disturbances. It causes communication issues. It causes do I belong here discussions. It can be very difficult to manage both sides of it. And if you come to the practice where you have an established team and you do not have dental background, there goes up the challenge for the spouse. So that pain in itself actually never goes away. It's a forever question in the spouse's mind is, do I fit? Do I belong? And I have good news. And the good news is yes, you do, because you have skin in the game. Yours is a vested interest. That practice's success causes the success for you in your home. And there's nothing more important than making sure and ensuring that your spouse has a very successful practice. Yeah. So this is a critical issue for spouses, is how to do it, how much to learn, what pieces is a good thing to do, and where your challenge might be if you're trying to do other things. So that's what this course is about. It sounds pretty big, and it is. So it's a strong class to help the spouses to begin to narrow their focuses.
Well, I love that because, as we look across the industry at all the different meetings, there's so much support for all these other groupings.
Yes.
Hygienists, assistants, office managers, front office, doctor, but we don't have a lot for spouses, or if we do, it's something more non-dental related, let's say. So that alone sets this course apart, plus your experience as a spouse. Yes. So what I'm gathering then is that this is really specifically only for the spouses to attend. Would that be appropriate?
It's a spouses only class.
Got it.
It can be a spouse and the dentist.
That's what I was going to ask. Okay.
That's a great piece because then it helps them to work in harmony after they leave in their approach how to take the information and implement it. It doesn't go well to have other members in there because then they're not free to speak their minds as spouses and ask their burning questions.
Right, and it feels like this will be a real supportive environment. Yes. And what a great opportunity for those spouses to come together and meet other spouses and people that they can then lean on too in their communities. And
right.
Is it something then where it's fairly interactive, where they ask questions and share their challenges?
Not only that piece, but the piece, because that's the important piece. They need to be able to speak freely. And that makes it, because it's a smaller environment, it makes it for the speaker to be able to be amongst everyone and to take the questions and answer them earnestly and in their entirety. The important piece is that I want them working with other spouses. I want them to know that they are not alone. that it isn't a weird problem. It's not their disease. It's common to everyone. And so I have to have it in that format, or there isn't really in-depth learning. It's a teacher putting out there some bullet points. And that's not what I want for these spouses. This course is a heart course for me. It helps me to pay it forward because people helped me to be a better spouse by teaching me things about systems. And so this is a pay it forward class for me. So it needs to be interactive. We've got to have a lot of up and down movement within the course. So this is a fun course for me and for everyone. So yeah, interactive.
It does make it more, it makes it better for everyone when the speaker is very passionate about the topic. Could you tell us a little more, just dive a little deeper on what do we cover? What type of issues do we cover?
The ones that pop out in my mind are the ones that I get the most questions from the spouses. I get the most questions from the spouses of what systems or knowledge should I really own and go and learn it so that I can help my spouse to run their businesses better. Number one piece, HR management. Because that's the hard one to balance. The doctors don't want to be the bad person when they have to have a growth conference with a team member. This is the piece that if the spouses both own that HR piece and how to manage the employment issues and the communication conferences and whether or not they can wear what kind of jewelry or whatever it is that comes up, that piece, then they won't have that, that common problem about mom said no and I'll run to dad. That's why the HR piece is a strong part of this. Not that I'm teaching a lot of HR, but how to manage it and where to get all of their information. So the HR piece is very strong. The secondary piece that is for me critical for the spouse is they must be a leader who learns how to be inspirational. To run those business meetings, the huddles, the staff meetings, to be a part of how do we do it in a positive manner. So we set the tone. So for me, it's a communications piece and a knowledge piece. What things should they really own the knowledge of so that the practice is enhanced by it? Not only if they're going to work as a business coordinator or a dental assistant. What's another piece they must own? And that's the HR piece.
Got it. Okay, so is this typically an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour? Like, what's the sweet spot?
The sweet spot's 3 hours.
3 hours.
Many planners are looking for the 2.5 hour piece. 2.5 hours works fine. Also, 1 hour, an after dinner is a great one for this because it can be a meeting where the doctors and the spouses come for like an after dinner thing. An hour is good because we can touch on some of a variety of the topics, and it becomes a really good sweet spot for an hour because I can cut some things out and make it so that they are learning together. So it works in an hour, but I would say 2.5 to 3 is the best.
That's nice. Oh, it really sounds like a wonderful, unique, timely, important topic. Is there anything that we haven't covered that would be important for the meeting planner to know before we go?
This is a different and unique program.
Yeah.
And it is a program that is being more and more asked for. And the reason is because the younger generation are having their spouses work in their practices because they're very much trying to grow the practice, and they bring a spouse in because that's saving money on employees, and they need that emotional support. So we're seeing more and more spouses in the practice than I have seen through my entire career. And because of that, it is a program that you will speak to a very unique audience and you will serve them at a really high level. So I would recommend you considering this program.
Excuse me. I recommend that too. It just sounds like I would love to sit in on it, even though I'm not a dental spouse. I'm just so curious about it, and it feels like it's so important. Cindy, thank you for sharing information today.
My pleasure. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
For the event planner who would like to know more about this program, Spouses in the Practice, to be or not to be, I think we had our answer. It sounds like it's a to be. You can find out more information at dentalspeakersbureau.com, where you can find Cindy Ishimoto listed. You'll find her contact information, but if you'd like to reach out to me at info@dentalspeakersbureau.com, I'd be happy to connect you. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of The Buzz, and until next time, be well.